What is up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Rev Matching RC here. Today we have the Typhon Grom brushed. Yes, brushed. Going back to the basics. This thing's been out for about what, 2.5, almost 3 years now. I say about 2.5 years. Is it still good? Now, to note, I have a couple things done. See that thing right there on the front? Added that. Of course, the Mojave Grom front and rear bumpers, as you can see. And I do have a 60 amp ESC in it, but stock motor, stock pinion, added some on-road tires, and we want to see if we kind of get a speed test. So I do have the GNSS going. Here we go. 2S brushed. I don't expect it to be crazy fast, but I'm guessing at least 23. I don't think I've ever really speed tested it with this setup, and the whole thing with this car was I just wanted to see how good is it still brushed. I know the brushless is kind of insane. But guys, the brush model can still get down. Anyway, let's see what we got here. Let's see, stop, read, 24 miles per hour. Okay, so that's not too bad. So I think the added wheels and tires are probably helping. Track, start, here we go. Forgive me for the sound. They got some extracurricular stuff with some kids going on, so trying to see if I can keep them out a little bit. But bring it on by here. That's quick, man. That's really quick. I mean, this is probably just about as quick as a basic 10th scale touring car, brush touring car, that is. So anyway, let's see what we got here. Oh, hold on. All right. Stop. Read. 24. Okay, guys. So 24 miles per hour. I'm pretty happy with that. I wasn't looking forward to break land speed records. But is it fun? Is it fun? And is it still relevant? I think it is. I think it is. We actually have a class, a Grom class, with the guys that I run with NASCAR, and man, these things are fun. And in our Grom class, we kind of, this is where it's kind of good at. Oh, there we go. In our Grom class, we do run the you can run any Grom basically, brushed or brushless. So that's why I threw the 60 amp in here, to kind of give me a fighting chance with some of the brushless versions. But our track setups are kind of small, so their speed, they can't really take advantage of their speed, but they have really good power coming out of a corner and stuff like that. So just doing some on-road tires and a 60 amp ESC. And I haven't driven this thing in a while, man, but very fun. Now I would say it's not necessary, but it's good to have. With brush power, I have destroyed discs before. But this thing was brushless. It was crazy fast, and who knows, I may go back to that if I decide to build like a brushed Mojave Grom for the Mojave class, or the Grom class rather. But I do have man, I keep forgetting the name of the damn axles. They're not the stock Arrma ones, but hot racing, there we go, hot racing axles, front and rear. It's got metal diffs. Pretty much all my Groms, include the ones that my kids have metal diffs. A lot of the NASCARs that I have metal diffs. Like my brush. I think the only one that don't have metal diffs is my box stock NASCAR that I race. And we're gonna try to get some more videos of that as well too. I am switching to the red Toyota body, but here we go. Incredible handling, man. No gyro on this, but very good car. Very good car. So guys, these things, I think the advantage with these things too, kids, man, kids love it. They're really easy, they're cheap, and you can't go wrong with them, man. I mean, aside from the differentials, and then the Typhon Grom in particular, we know about, if you break this shock tower area, you break the whole frame. Could it be improved? I think so, but it's really not that bad to swap everything over. I'd like to think I am a Grom specialist, because I have, I don't know, maybe 9 or 10 of these between the NASCAR Groms and what I have and what my kids have. So I pretty much know a lot of the ins and outs on these things. And I tell you what, man, I think these Groms are probably one of the best things that's ever happened to Arrma, man, because they got into this mini RC realm, and now everybody's going crazy. You know, you have the Gorgon, of course, the Quake Grom, everybody likes those. Of course, the new Creighton, which they call it a mini. You know, I mean, it's Grom size, I guess you could say, but it's a mini, and I haven't really heard bad things about those other than servos. So I think the pluses are these things are really easy to get into. They're really cheap. If you want to get a nice, good RC for a kid to start a RC, this is great. You're talking about, I think these brand new are like 140 bucks brushed. Give it to a kid. I mean, I built one for my daughter. Very easy to, you know, control, handle, pretty fun, pretty durable, you know, aside from the things that I mentioned, you know. But you're talking about when you start making more power, you start bashing it really hard, then they begin to have some issues. But other than that, man, I mean, these things are pretty good. So with that, guys, we'll go ahead and do one more little flyby here, bring her on back. Old brush power, brush motors matter. Not bad. 24 miles an hour, pretty fun. Great fun for like a stock Grom kind of class. Anyway, guys, let me get myself out the shade. That's it right there, man. Typhon Grom brushed. Is it still relevant? I think it is. It's been out for a couple years now, and man, it is still fun. So if you guys like the content, please like, share, and subscribe, and I truly appreciate it. You guys have a good one. Thank you.